All right, so today we're going to be looking at the worst school shootings of all time, and RIP to the victims, obviously. Let's get started.
This first school shooting is one where the shooter let the whole world know what he was going to do beforehand.
What? How do you tell everyone you're going to do a school shooting beforehand, but people still don't stop you? What? Yo, what's going on? What's going on? All right, let's see.
But Boxheads, before we get into that, I just want to say that today's video is a very sensitive topic. And I just want to personally say that I tried my absolute best to share these horrific stories without disrespecting anyone's memory. February
Always being respectful, always being respectful.
14th, 2018 in Park.
Yo, February 14th is Valentine's Day, ain't it? Wait, what? Dude did a school shooting on Valentine's Day? He couldn't find a day. What's going on, man? What's going on? I don't know. Damn, bro. He was that lonely he had to do a school shooting? That's kind of crazy.
Parkland, Florida. At Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, a kid named Nicholas Cruz gets out of...
Bruh, look at this dude,
At Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
Look at this dude, bruh. Ain't no way. You're telling me this guy looks like someone who would do some wild stuff, bro. Those glasses are huge. Huge!
Nicholas Cruz gets out of an Uber about 20 minutes before the end of a school day. A monitor saw Cruz walking purposely toward Building 12. But the campus protocol was to not initiate a lockdown until someone saw a gun. Cruz...
What? Bro, anytime you see somebody go into a school building that doesn't look like a teacher or anything, you do a lockdown. What are you doing? What kind of school is this? What's going on?
Cruz entered Building 12 at around 2:21 p.m. and quickly put together his gun at the bottom of the stairs. As he did, a student...
Bro, you're telling me this guy put together a whole gun and no one saw him? Really? No one saw him? There is no way this is real life right now. What?
Named Christopher McKenna actually caught him. Cruz told him, "You better get out of here, something bad is about to happen." Chris ran away and told the staff what he saw, but it was too late.
Bro, so he let one guy go. One guy go because he caught him beforehand? What?
Entered the first floor hallway and saw 3 students, Martin, Gina, and Luke. Bang, bang, bang. Cruz killed all 3 of them. Then turned to close the windows of a classroom and then started firing inside, killing 6 more students and wounding 13 others. The gunfire's vibrations through the halls actually caused the fire alarm to go off, which caused even more confusion as there had already been a fire drill earlier that day. Even though Cruz was actively shooting, a code red was still not called because there was confusion on who had the authority to...
Bro, they have to get a better system. What's going on? What do you mean no one had the authority to have code red? What? Bro, anyone should have the authority to call 911 or call code red for a lockdown. Like, what's going on? What is the school system? They should have done better. They should have done way better. I don't know what's up with that. They should have done way better.
Call one. Utter stupidity. Cruz fired into the classroom of a Holocaust history class. Finally, one of the staff initiated the lockdown, but it was way too late. The shooting was over in about 6 minutes.
Yo, so 6 minutes? So this guy was in the building for 6 minutes and no one did anything. 6 minutes? What's going on? What's going on? No. This is crazy. What's going on?
Cruz fled the scene, blending in with the students leaving the building. He had walked about 2 miles, having stopped at a fast food restaurant and got a soda. The cops were on high alert at the time, looking for anyone that fit his description. About an hour and a half after the shooting, they caught him in the neighborhood about 2 miles from his school. He was brought to the emergency room for labored breathing, but he was fine.
Bro, what do you mean labored breathing? Bro, this guy was lying the whole time. Don't believe this guy. What is this guy doing? This guy literally shut up a school. Labored breathing. Is that even a thing, bro? What is that? Take him straight to jail. Straight to jail. They do something outrageous like this, man. Straight to jail.
Was then booked at Broward County Jail. He had killed 17 people that day and wounded another 17. 14 of the fatalities were inside the building and 3 died on the way to the hospital. One of the survivors was a kid named Anthony Borges, who was shot 5 times while barricading the door for 20 classmates saving their lives.
Damn, what a hero, bro. What a hero. What a hero, man. What a hero.
This whole thing gets darker because 2 of the survivors actually took their own life about a year after the shooting. Everyone involved had severe survivor's guilt and PTSD.
Oh my gosh,
now let's talk about
crazy.
the shooter, Nicholas Cruz. Cruz was the kind of kid who made people uncomfortable. You know, the type that was quiet, a brooding loner who always seemed to be one bad day away from snapping.
Yeah, bro. He looks like a weird kind of Donnie, you know? Bro, he has some big glasses, looking like, I don't even know, he looks like a huge nerd. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, he looks kind of insane. I don't know, man. I don't know. Looks kind of insane.
But yes, even though there were many red flags, no one really saw what was coming.
Bro,
he was born on September 24th, 1998 in Margate, Florida. His biological mother, Brenda Woodard, had a—
Bro, that's his mom? Yo. I thought it was his dad.
a history of criminal activity and substance abuse. In fact, she was in jail when she gave birth to Nicholas.
Bruh.
But wait, it doesn't stop there. Nicholas was adopted as an infant by Roger and Linda Cruz.
Bro, he got adopted? Yo, what? How? Okay, so he got adopted. So he should have had a good life. I don't know what's going on.
A couple who desperately wanted children but couldn't have it on their own. They had also adopted his younger brother, Zachary.
Wow.
So what went wrong? Well, for starters, Nicholas wasn't your average kid. From a young age, he struggled with behavioral problems, tantrums, aggression, and had difficulty relating to other children. These were just the beginning of the list. Linda Cruz, his adopted mother, sought help, enrolling him in therapy, trying different medications, but nothing seemed to work. The boy was troubled, and as he got older, his problems got only worse. By the time he reached middle school, Nicholas was already known by school officials and law enforcement. He was suspended multiple times for violent behavior, including
Mark Molinaro won't put this in an ad, but
including threatening other students. Despite these warning signs, he was shuffled from school to school. Each time
He was threatening other students? He should have been... What? If he was threatening other students, he should have been sent straight to jail. What is this? Threatening students? By what? Yo, this is actually crazy. What?
time with the hope that a change of environment would help. Nicholas became increasingly isolated. He was also known to post disturbing images online. Pictures of dead animals.
Just got back from killing the frogs that killed my dog. What?
Weapons, and alarming messages about his desire to hurt people. By the time he was a teenager, Nicholas was a ticking time bomb, and everyone around him knew it. Cruz's adoptive father, Roger, passed away in 2004. And while Linda did her best, she couldn't control Nicholas's behavior. Things got worse when she passed away in November 2017, just 3 months before the shooting. With both of his adoptive parents gone, Nicholas went and moved in with the family of a friend. They tried to help him, but by then it was already too late. By the time he was just 19 years old, Nicholas Cruz was a young man filled with rage, resentment, and a desire for revenge against a world he believed had wronged him. He had been expelled from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, and in his mind, the school and its students were to blame for all of his problems.
Wait, so you got expelled for doing, I don't even know what, just maybe like, I don't even know how, starting fights with students, whatever, all right, or acting weird. So you're gonna blame the students? You're not gonna blame yourself, bro? What is this guy? Yo, what is wrong with this guy, man? So you're gonna think of shooting up a school instead of just like fixing yourself? Like, bro, what is this?
He fantasized about shooting up the school. And unlike most people who have had dark thoughts, he didn't just think about it, he planned it. Actually, here's a video of him talking about the shooting before it happened.
There's a video?
Hello. My name.
Bro, look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy, bro. Look at this guy, bro. Look at this egghead looking.
I'm gonna be the next school shooter of 2018.
Oh my god.
My goal is at least 20 people.
Dude.
With an AR-15 and a couple tracer rounds. I think I can get it done. Location is Stone Douglas in Parkland, Florida. It's gonna be a big event. And when you see me on the news, You all know who I am. You're all going to die.
Bro, this guy's laughing? Are you serious? You're laughing at killing people? Like, bro, what are you doing with your life, man? Why are you laughing? Oh my gosh, he's sick in the head.
Yeah, this is all just messed up. In the aftermath of the shooting, there was, as you might expect, an outcry. People demanded answers. They wanted to know how someone with such a long history of disturbing behavior could have slipped through the cracks. The school district, the FBI, the local police, everyone was under scrutiny. But the reality is, there's no single point of failure. Now, you've probably been wondering what's going on in the head of Nicholas Cruz.
Well.
Why did he do it? Was it just pure evil? Was he mentally ill? The truth is, it's a combination of these factors. Cruz was diagnosed with several disorders over the years, including ADHD, depression, and autism spectrum disorder. He was on and off various medications, but nothing seemed to help. In his interrogation with the authorities, he tells the man he had demons in his head that told him to do it, and he thought about it.
He didn't have any demons in his head, bro. This guy did it himself because he liked doing it. He literally made a video of it. Man, this guy is crazy.
For years.
And you're talking about demons. What are the demons?
The voices.
Well, tell me about it. What are the voices about?
It's another voice, the evil side.
Okay. And how long has that voice been going on?
Years.
Okay. When did it start, you think? When your mom passed?
It started worse when my mom passed.
The interrogator is quite doubtful of the voices even being real.
Personally, I think you're using the demon as an excuse.
I'm not. I promise.
You could have stopped the demon by getting a prescription for marijuana. You could have stopped the demon by getting a prescription for Xanax. You could have stopped the demon by illegally doing marijuana, which you were doing anyway. You could have stopped the demon by doing Xanax illegally, which you were doing anyway.
He was already doing
stop the demon anytime you want. You didn't want to stop the demon.
No, that's not true.
You didn't. You could have. I've given you 4 ways you could have stopped the demon, man. Okay, now you're just acting like that because.
No.
Okay, well, relax. You're just acting like that because I'm making sense. Calm down. I'm making sense, and you don't like when it makes sense.
No.
Because it doesn't fit into the story you're telling right now.
I'm telling you the story. It's true. It's
well, why are you looking at your arm now?
I'm trying to understand why.
Well, why didn't you want to stop the demon?
I don't know.
Because I think you like the demon.
No, I don't.
Why did you stop it then?
I don't like the demon. I don't like the demon.
Well, that's if the demon even exists.
Cruz, unlike many of the other shooters, did not unalive himself. He was given a life sentence without the chance of parole. In 2022, he was given another trial to determine if he would receive the death penalty. It was decided he was eligible, but it has not yet been determined if he was going to be killed or not. The Sandy Hook Elementary Massacre. It's December 14th.
Elementary school, bro? An elementary school?
Killed or not. The Sandy...
Dude! An elementary school? Are you serious? Yo, that's... What? Bro, what is wrong with you? How do you have beef with, 10-year-olds? What is this?
Hook Elementary Massacre. It's December 14th, 2012 in Newtown, Connecticut. Things are quiet and peaceful when suddenly inside a home, one of the worst days in American history has just begun. Adam Lanza, a 20-year-old
Oh my gosh. Yo. Bro, this guy looks like he's meant... Yo, this guy looks creepy. Holy, oh my gosh. Bro, if he looked at me, I would be scared, bro. What is this? Yo, they should just call the police on his face. Bro, this is crazy.
Killed his own mother, Nancy, with 4 shots to her head.
Killed his mom? Yo! Killed his mom? Oh my gosh. Yo, what?
But anyways, Lanza was only beginning. What he set out to do was one of the worst acts of violence in the history of the world. Adam drove his mother's car, a black Honda, to Sandy Hook Elementary School, armed with an AR-15, a Glock 10mm, basically just a lot of guns, along with hundreds of rounds of ammunition. Just remember that this was an elementary school. A lot of these kids were using crayons to do their homework. just disgusting. At 9:35 a.m., Lanza approached the school entrance. The glass shattered as Lanza shot his way through the front door. He was wearing earplugs, sunglasses, black clothing, a hat, and a utility vest. The shots were heard by a few of the faculty who were having a meeting in a nearby room. The principal, Don Hawksprung, and a school psychologist, Mary Sherlock, and a teacher named Natalia Hammond went out to the hall to see what the noise was about. "Shooter, stay put," one of them yelled. The other teachers now knew what was happening, and this early warning saved their lives. Lanza killed both Principal Hawksprung and Sherlock right there. He then shot Miss Hammond twice, once in the leg and the other in her side as well, but she actually survived. Thank God. And she crawled into a classroom and used her body to keep the door shut. A 9-year-old boy in the building heard the shooter say, "Put your hands up," along with people begging him not to shoot. This is too horrible to even imagine. After killing the principal and the psychologist, Lanza entered the main office, but thank God didn't see anyone there. The nurse, Sally Cox, was hiding under a desk and reported seeing his boots only a few meters away. Yeah, a few meters away. I mean, that must have been horrifying.
Wow.
As soon as he left the office, the school secretary and a nurse called 911, then went to hide in a closet for over 4 hours. The janitor, Rick Throne, ran through hallways going from classroom to classroom and probably honestly saved many lives that day. What a hero, man. This next part is really horrifying. Lanza approached the classrooms. First was room 8, a first grade classroom where Lauren Rousseau, a substitute teacher, tried protecting her first grade students when Lanza entered the room.
Oh my gosh. Holy, she's a substitute teacher? She did that? She was not even an actual teacher. Holy, oh my gosh. Such a good person. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Lanza shot and
Wait, hold up. Bro, what kind of math is this in first grade, bro? What kind of math are they doing in first grade? What's going on? Bro, this is not first grade math. What is this? Yo, this is what I learned in like, I don't know, like 12th grade. What is this? Bro, this is not first grade. Yo, this is a non-accurate drawing, by the way. All right, back to the point.
Killed the teacher, and not only that, 14 students, all between the ages of 6 and 7 years old. The sole survivor was a 6-year-old girl who told her mom later that day that all of her friends were dead. The next room was...
Oh my gosh, imagine experiencing that. It's like, oh my gosh. Imagine seeing your like friends dying in front of you. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine that. That's horrible.
Room 10. Lanza went in, and from there were conflicting reports about what happened. But the main story was that a first grade boy named Jesse Lewis saw Lanza enter the room and shouted for his classmates to run before Lanza took a shot at him. 6 children escaped when Lanza started shooting. Some reports said that they were able to run while he was reloading his gun. The 6 that got out went to a nearby home with the school bus driver for safety. The survivors of this horrible event were forever scarred, and their stories are just disturbing. For example, a first grade teacher named Caitlin Roig, who was only 29 years old, hid 15 students in the bathroom and then barricaded the door, telling them to be completely quiet to be safe. Lanza went by the classroom, but there had been a lockdown drill a week before, and Roig never actually took down the black window cover on the door. So Lanza had thought it was closed. It was honestly total luck that they were alive. In the library, staff members tried to hide 18 other kids, but the door would not lock. So they had to crawl into a storage room, and they barricaded the door with a filing cabinet. Similar stories all around the school of the survivors not knowing whether they would make it through that day. At 9:40, and if you were wondering, yes, it spanned only 5 minutes.
You can do all of that in 5 minutes? Bro, that's okay. All right then. I don't even know what to say. That's what? 5 minutes and he did all of that?
Shot himself in the head. The police then arrive on the scene and they found all of the bodies. This monster, Adam Lanza, had killed 28 people, mostly students, 6 teachers, and his own mother. The investigators never found a note, and it was completely unknown why he would do this. The main theory is that he was severely mentally disturbed. He had actually been living with his mother, who he just killed, but the two of them would go shooting together. And Lanza himself actually
why would you teach your kid shooting? I don't even know how old he is, but why would you teach your kids how to shoot at that age? Like, bro, what ops do they have? Like, why do they need to learn how to shoot? What?
Attended Sandy Hook Elementary School when he was a kid. But Adam Lanza wasn't just your average kid. From the outside, he seemed like one of those quiet, introverted type of kids. The kind who kept to himself, buried him in books or video games, avoiding social interaction, like most introverts. Adam had a pretty typical suburban life, at least that's what it looked like from the outside. Adam was diagnosed with sensory processing disorder as a child. And at this point, you're probably wondering what that means. Basically, he had trouble processing sensory information like sound, touch, or even light. The world was too loud, too bright, and too much for him. And to make matters worse, Adam also had Asperger's syndrome, a condition on the autism spectrum. As Adam grew older, his behavior became more and more strange and more troubling. He became obsessed with mass shootings, particularly the Columbine High School massacre.
Bruh.
Yeah, he was fixated on one of the most infamous school shootings in American history. He studied it, he analyzed it, and almost admired it. And honestly, that's where things start to get really creepy. Adam's relationship with his mother, Nancy, was a bit complicated. She was overprotective, and she homeschooled him after he couldn't handle regular school anymore. And she catered to his every need. But let's not sugarcoat it, this wasn't just a mother's love. Nancy had her own quirks too. She was a gun enthusiast, and she introduced Adam to firearms at a very young age. Now I know what you're thinking, what could possibly go wrong? Yes, she kept an arsenal of weapons at home, thinking it was just a hobby, something they could bond over. But honestly, none of that matters. And
what kind of hobby do you go and, bro, what kind of hobbies is showing your kids a bunch of guns and then letting them use it? What kind of hobby is that? What?
We'll never fully know why he did it. But what we do know is that in his late teens, Adam had completely withdrawn from the world. He was isolated, spending most of his time in a dark room, playing violent video games, and obsessing over mass murderers.
Bro, I play Call of Duty, and you don't see me doing like outrageous stuff like this, man. Like, what?
He had no friends, no social life, and barely any contact with his father, who had divorced his mother in 2009. Adam was deteriorating rapidly in the months leading up to the Sandy Hook massacre. He stopped eating, he barely slept, and became more paranoid and delusional. He believed he was on a mission to outdo the killers he admired. Adam had been planning the attack for months, if not years. Unfortunately and tragically, no one was able to catch him early enough to save the lives of everyone at Sandy Hook. The Dunblane Massacre. March 13th, 1996 started like any other day in the small town of Dunblane, Scotland. A quaint, peaceful place where—
Wait, what? Scotland? Yo, I thought these were all in the United States. Wait, what? Scotland? Scotland? Okay. Scotland? That's kind of surprising, okay.
Everyone knew each other. Dunblane was the kind of town that nothing bad ever seemed to happen. But yes, this was all about to change in the most horrifying way possible. Quick side note, the man who had brought the most unimaginable tragedy to this quiet town was named Thomas.
Oh my god, bro. He looks like a Dr. Disrespect. Hey, it looks weird. Don't keep him next to kids, bro. This guy looks like a Dr. Disrespect, but
Hamilton. Born on May 10th, 1952, Hamilton had a troubled and isolated life. He was raised by his grandmother after his mother abandoned him at a young age. Didn't exactly set him up for success. Over the years, he grew increasingly bitter and paranoid. He was feeling that the world was against him. His issues with the local community and authorities got worse and worse, and he became obsessed with the idea of revenge. He even wrote letters to the Queen and other officials complaining about how he had been wronged. But as you might have expected, no one responded to him. He was writing that he had lost his position as a youth instructor because of unfound claims of touching people.
Yo, so I was right. He's a PDF. He's a PDF. I was right. Bro, like, he looks like a PDF, man. I was right. Yo, holy. Yo, they all have like some type of blueprint, right? They look like this guy. This is a complete weirdo. I don't know what he's doing with his life to be touching people. Oh my gosh. Insane. Oh my gosh. Insane.
If you see your state, the deadline to register online to vote is.
No one ever proved that he did anything. Now imagine this. It's a normal Wednesday morning and parents are dropping off their kids at Dunblane Primary School. The children, most of them just 5 or 6 years old, are excitedly running to class, chatting about whatever it is little kids chat about. Life is normal, but Thomas Hamilton had a different plan for that day. A plan that would ruin this small community forever. Hamilton armed himself with 4 legally owned handguns, 2 Smith & Wesson revolvers, and 2 Browning pistols. He drove to Dunblane Primary School, parking his car near the gymnasium. At 9:30 a.m., he forced his way into the school, entering the gym where a class of 29 young students were having a PE lesson. The teacher, Gwen Mayer, was guiding the kids through their activities, completely unaware of what was coming. Hamilton didn't waste any time. He immediately opened fire on the students and their teacher. He shot the teacher first, then focused on the students, shooting as many as he could multiple times. The scene was chaotic and terrifying, students screaming and tried to run, but there was nowhere to go. In just a few minutes, 16 children aged between 5 and 6 years old and their teacher were dead. Many more were injured, left to suffer from physical and emotional scars that would never heal. The gymnasium, which was a place of laughter and learning and playing, was turned into a scene of unimaginable death. The entire event only lasted a few minutes. Hamilton then turned one of his guns on himself, deciding to, unalive himself. It was a cowardly end to a horrific attack, but it meant that the answers to everyone's question why died with him. The news spread quickly and soon the entire world was mourning with Dunblane. Parents who had kissed their children goodbye that morning were now faced with the unbearable reality that they would never see them again. But yes, as with any tragedy like these stories, the questions began to pile up. How could this happen? Why did no one stop Hamilton earlier? How was he allowed to own so many guns despite concerns about his behavior? The more people dug into Hamilton's past, the more it became clear that there had been warning signs. Plenty of them. But as most cases, these signs were ignored. The Nashville shooting. March 27th, 2023, yet another mass shooting took place in America. This time at the Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee. 28-year-old Aiden Hale, a transgender man who had attended the school as a kid, approached the school for the final time. At 9:54, Hale drove to the school and had told a friend that an earlier made Instagram post was a note. The friend tried to call the crisis hotline, but it was too late. Hale was about to attack the students around the same ages as Sandy Hook, 8 and 9 years old. 10:11 a.m., Hale, armed with a rifle, a carbine, and a pistol, shot through a set of glass doors and entered the building. A custodian saw him enter and Hale shot him multiple times. Bang, bang.
Oh my god.
The smoke from the gunfire triggered the fire alarm, and several staff members heard the shots and knew there was an active shooter. Hale went up to the second story and ran into several students and faculty. Hale opened fire and killed 3 students and a substitute teacher. The students weren't even 10 years old yet. Hale went through the halls and looked for more people to kill. The teachers acted fast and herded the kids out of the building. Most of the students escaped unharmed. At 10:13, the police had received the call and were on their way. Sirens blared while people ran out of the building, scared and terrified. Everyone clear the area right now. At 10:23, the officers entered the school building. Go, 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 clear! And made their way to the second floor where Aiden Hale was waiting. Gunfire erupted and 2 of the 5 officers shot 4 times each, killing Aiden on the spot, ending
Oh my god.
his massacre before it got worse.
I mean, he brought it upon himself, man. That's actually crazy. Wow. Rest in peace to the victims, all right? Wow. Yeah, rest in peace.